2007, a big year for me. I came to Canada, and that same year I was placed into an ESL classroom. It was the second week at the new school. Since I enrolled late, it was pretty much the end of the year for everyone else. Roughly, I estimate that it was the first week of June. I threw my lunchbox over my shoulder and in a single file followed my classmates to our homeroom. Everything still was very fresh, new, and very confusing. This looked nothing like my old school. Here they had lockers, which I only saw in American movies. When I arrived to class, we stood as the PA systems played the national anthem. There was a math lesson, and after off I went, being escorted to another room, while all my classmates stayed behind for English class. Miss Fox held the door open for me as I walked in. She was a very lovely lady and spoke with a certain calm in her voice. I vividly recall her pulling out a big red binder, of which we worked together. I felt more at ease with Miss Fox than I had with my English teachers back home. English teachers back home were really strict and overwhelming. I had nightmares over past tense of verbs. Miss Fox was nice. She wouldn't leave me alone to figure out something that I didn't know. She was there guiding the story. One of the stories she read to me was that same afternoon of the second week of class. I recall it so vividly because it was one of the most bizarre stories I have ever heard. As she always does, she pulled out her red binder, flipped till she got to the right page, and stopped. We began to read the story, and at first I knew exactly what she was talking about. I felt so proud of myself. I knew very well what kiwis were because I didn't even have to translate it. In both languages, it was a fuzzy, round fruit. So far, so good. Miss Fox is telling me about their origin, New Zealand, which is new information to me, but sounds right. What do I know? I'm in grade 6. They are hairy, brownish, small, and round. I mean, it all sounds right, but why is she describing a kiwi to me? They have tiny legs with which they can run really fast, she says. In that moment, I wasn't sure if my English was failing me or she was already talking about something else. Kiwis have long beaks. Yeah, any kiwi that I have ever encountered indeed did not have legs or a beak. I didn't know what sort of kiwis they had in Canada, but this story was getting out of hand. Finally, she showed me a picture of a flightless bird named Kiwi. What an interesting story to have chosen for an ELL student, I thought. So, moral of this story is that it's exciting for a student to have some words that are familiar to them or of their language. It offers that peace of home. I would encourage teachers to bring bilingual books into the classrooms. Books that the student may have read in their language, or a book that may have words in a different language that connect that story to them, or even books that have a lot of images. Images are very important, grabbing the student's attention and providing understanding. Like me figuring out that my ESL teacher was talking about a kiwi the animal, not kiwi the fruit. And also be careful with words that sound similar. An ELL student would have difficulty understanding what exactly you may be referring to.